Hi, thanks for joining me on Wilderness with Amani. I just fished the middle fork of the Feather River for Wilderness with Amani Patreon, way up by Greagle, and I whacked a bunch of fish, man. Fishing nymphs, fishing jigs, everything was working. And when I was driving in, I noticed the river's right here off the 70, right in town, right near Portola, so I'm just gonna see if there's any fish down here. I'm on my way home, it's early enough. Let's go down and make a few casts. I got my jig set up, I got the barbless box ready to go. Let's go make some casts and let's see if there's some fish. If I can just pull off the side of the highway, it's a lot easier than what I just did up there. It's slow right here, but up there's some moving water through the grass. So, oh, whoa. Whoa! What was that? I casted out my first cast and I got a big hit. I mean, that was a fish for sure. I think we need to investigate this situation. There's either some kind of screaming animal over there or some kind of machine that needs to be oiled. Hear it? I don't know if that's a screaming animal. It's angry. Fish here. I mean, I threw that in and that thing just cranked it, man. I always drove by this. I never knew there were gonna be fish in here. And that's a nice brown. This thing has another big, it's got a humpback on it. It's a humpback brown, I guess? Unless this is like a something else. It looks like a brown trout, it's just got a big humpback. And I caught one like that earlier. But man, I threw that in, and it was just ba-ba-boom, ba-ga-ba-boom, ba-da-ba-ba-boom. You know? And I think there's a little park up there. We'll walk up there. Maybe I'll drive up there. I just want to fish this little section right here before I do anything. There seems to be a lot of fish here. I just had one fall off. I mean, I'm getting hits after hit after hit in this little section. And I don't know what that last one was, but I had him. It's just, it takes so long for the camera to engage. In this little section here, all you really need are like pitch casts and soft toss because it's so narrow. Hooked into a pretty good fish. Yeah! Yeah! Oh yeah! Let's see what we got here. I think it might be a rainbow, but you know how it is when I try to call it. Yeah! Get away from that tree, dude. Don't be messing with that tree. If I would have known there was fish right here off the side of the road. Oh, he's in the tree. I gotta get him out of there. There he is. Well, that's a nice fish. I could see that jig. Oh man. I gotta get away from that tree. Oh, look at that. Look at that rainbow. This is an in-town fish. Woo! So apparently, there's some big fish in the river right here. I'm letting this guy rest up because there's otters in this river. All right, he's ready to go. I'm gonna get my hands wet. I'm gonna show you this fish before I let him go. This fish is big. The impressive thing on this fish is the girth. Oh, oh, he just got it. Oh, sorry. He jumped right out of my hands and went right down that grass. You saw him in the net. That was a big fish. Darn it, I'm sorry I couldn't show him to you. He jumped right out of my hands. Went right in the water. Crap. That was a big rainbow. That was a big rainbow. We're not done fishing yet. I need to come out here with my fly rod, man. This is great for fly fishing. Right up. He hit it right at the bank. Come on, buddy. Another big rainbow. And you got these big things of grass. He ain't as big as the one that got away, but it didn't get away. I had him in a spot. It was really hard to show him to you. There we go. And there's otters down here, so I really want to let these fish rest before I let them go. I want to make sure that they're really strong, because if you let a wounded fish here go, it's going to be bad news. And I'm just fishing this close bank right over here, and I'm just soft tossing it right off the bank and bringing it across, and he came right up out of this grass and nailed it. These fish are wild and angry. Look at him. Look at him. He's angry. He's angry, but I'm stoked. That's a nice rainbow. It ain't the big boy that slipped back in the water, but that's a good fish, boy. Get him right back in there. And when you're fishing in water like this, that's when a good long handle net is handy, because you can't really get to the water. So with this longer net, I can scoop the fish, I can let him recoup, I can wet my hands on the net. It's just all around good. And what I'm doing here is I'm doing this roundabout. I do this what I do is I swing the jig in a 360 angle, and I let it go at the high point, and it drops right on the other shore. I can see some fast water down yonder, but man, my car is so far away. So I need to start heading back to my car. It's getting late, and I wasn't planning on doing a double header today. This just kind of happened. I just pulled over on a whim. This is just a park right in town. There's like the train yard over there. I'm just coming over here to see if I can rule this out or include it in viable fishing options before I go. I mean, I wasn't even planning on fishing out here, so this is barely moving, but that doesn't mean everything, because I've been catching fish in slow water all day today. Definitely fish in this park. There's a lot of vegetation down there, but I 100% just got a big strike. Like something just whacked my jig and it pulled on it. Man, I wish it was the morning and I had all day to explore this because that was great. And this really isn't my cup of tea in this area, but I'm assuming when the river's really high and it's flowing in here, this could be really good. But between Patreon and YouTube today, I did a double header I wasn't planning on. I fished 2 stretches of the Middle Fork of the Feather that I'd never fished before, and both of them were great. This was great, and I'm right in town. And most of my targeting is going to be where the river funnels in between the reeds and the grass and stuff. That's where I make my living when I'm fishing with jigs. But I was fishing for Patreon earlier, and I was drifting just a bobber with a barbless nymph under it. And I whacked a real nice trout doing that. So I kind of wanted to do that here too. The problem is I didn't have the time to sit here and keep changing my stuff. I just needed to, I'm driving home and I got to go make some dinner. But it was great, and it's nice that this is open for barbless only during the off season. Just remember to look at section 5.85 in the Fish and Wildlife Guide, and it tells you which waters you can fish between that and the special regulation chart after November 15th and before the last Saturday in April. Section 5.85 was a life-changing thing for me, so check it out, it's really good. But this was fantastic, and I encourage everybody to fish barbless all the time, because if you're going to let fish go when you have a barb on your hook, it really can rip a fish's jaw up, and there's really no need for it if you fish a lot. You'll catch some, you'll lose some, but that's just my opinion. You know what they say about opinions. They're like such and such, and everybody's got one. So, as long as you fish within the regulations, you're welcome to watch my channel, and you're welcome to go fish some of the spots. If you're a lawbreaker, don't watch my channel. Thank you for joining me on Wilderness with Amani. I hope you enjoyed this quick hit off the side of the Highway 70. Until next time.